If you want to see a potentially heavily fixed martial art contest, then you're probably in the right place because, well, Saitama's kind of cheating, isn't it? We also have quite a few subplots and extra stories going on involving the monsters and the potential joining of forces and collaboration where they try to have some big overarching gain, something to do with the higher ups and the eminence of society. And of course, how can we forget Garrow and his insane bloodlust at taking down all of the heroes? Even though, from our mind, none of them really deserve it, but he doesn't quite understand why it's always the side of good that overcomes. Let's see if any of these stories converge in the following episode. So they're all amped up for a specific fight, of course. You've got the crowd favourite making his appearance. I wonder if anyone makes bets on the outcomes of all of these. That's not the kind of face which we kind of saw beforehand, where he's all being happy, friendly. The Deep Sea King. The thing is, are monsters trained in martial art? Yeah, and it's kind of a worthy cause. Nice and flashy. But yeah, once you start, you won't be able to dodge anything there, would you? Well, what was it? In a single hit isn't bad. I see. Although it's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? You trained like hell so you could go through life easily. I suppose he hasn't suffered people coming after him because he's the strongest kind of thing. That's the issue with strength or power, is that those wishing to seek glory or test their own abilities would usually come after you. That's how these kind of stories end up, at least. But what... So all that he really did was a roundhouse kick, but what martial art does he follow? Or is it purely like Saitama, just strength? Poor Lightning Max. Because it wasn't anything impressive to him. Well, just because they haven't joined the Hero Association doesn't mean they're weak. That's something we need to take into account. Is there a emergency coming up, Janus? Snack. Well, I wonder if his ego took a bruise after that meeting with Saitama. Lowest? Well, yeah, lowest rating, ranked A, but... Well, they're going to take it on themselves. But what is this, monster that has appeared? Yeah. What is this infiltration? Yep, Genos should be able to at least make an impact. What is it with everyone underestimating each other? Yep, a lot of them probably do have inhuman abilities. Sure, you defeated the monster, but look at all the cleanup you're going to have to do. Plus, the road's going to be closed for a couple of days at the least to get it repaired. Just everyone seems to be using some sort of electric. You just sat on him. Dave. When I was doing boxing, my advantage was my reach, which was nice. One thing about having nice gangly long arms. Size isn't everything, though, when it comes to a battle of strength. Especially when you're trained in martial art. Well, yeah, but King's face is scary, but... So he was a monster version of, what, Leatherface? He's quite fast. What are the blades made of if they can cut through Genos's fan braces? But the thing is, with Genos, he doesn't actually have to worry about taking damage, because he can just go get repaired. Is there a teapot? He's a support hero. He's great for when, after the battle, when you're taking breaks. Mosquitoes? I remember that. I read to that chapter, not that long ago again. And we don't even get to see his style and how he won. Oh, I thought he was like trying to find a snack or something, or just taking a nap. You have to ask someone how to retire. During the fight, is he going to say, "Can you tie this?" Darkness, Hell, Kill. Some of the naming conventions. True, he does lack resolve, but to be fair, I can understand your anger at Saitama. He is wide open, but at the same time, is he? I'm going to enjoy watching the confidence drain from this guy. Nice. It, oh yeah, you'll put his wig off. I thought that maybe he'd let him try to get off all of those attacks, but I think if he didn't touch the wig, it probably would have turned out like that. So he's trying to one up Saitama in his own bouts, is he? Monster expert ignoramus. Hmm. What's gotten him so upset? Is it because he liked Lightning Genji? Yes. So they have quite a lot of overhead due to these two, or that family at least. They're busy. Goddamn cockroaches. Yeah, Genos doesn't fare well against insects. Is he going to also withstand like amazing attacks due to being a cockroach? What is it? A sword? Oh, Glue. Oh, it's to stop Sonic! Ha! You created a deterrent for Sonic and ended up using it during a monster battle. Okay, fair enough. Well, at least it came in useful. I mean, it was leading you up to believe that it was something big, but, glue. That's a lot of shrapnel. Well, that was your fault for bringing the entire lot of your underlings along. Is it only men that fall under the influence? Because there was female members of the Blizzard squad. Is she taking lessons from Saitama as well? I mean, you can't keep up a defense on both fronts. Oh no, bringing up her sister. That's gonna put her sense of pride in overdrive. Told you. Try and tell her that she's inferior. Let's see, Oh. So she still cares for her sibling. To be fair, I was kind of expecting Tsubaki to be able to do something. But yeah, Tatsumaki won't even allow her to move. Hmm. Can she remove the effect? Well, she can immobilize them, probably. Really? I appreciate the keeping of the art styling there. Yeah, he's Is this going to be a montage of times that he's actually done well? But then he got overshone by people that were just stronger. He's having a few thoughts, isn't he? Unfortunately, the mass civilians probably do need protection. Okay, now that's just gonna piss him off. Oh yeah, so lack of ambition, that's what got him mad at Saitama. See? Who was his master? Who are you? What is your goal? Why are you trying to upset the balance of heroes and get them to quit? Unless it's just a mind game for the bout, in which case, fair play. Who was that? Was that just a random... Really? Was that just a random... singer dude? Or, Oh well. I mean, even if there are... Well, take Sneck, for instance. He might be the bottom A rank, but he can still fight, he can still protect people, he still wants to. It's not about strength. Because if it was, Moomin Rider wouldn't be allowed to be a hero. And just because you are strong doesn't mean you have what it takes to help people and make society better. I mean, look at Garrow. And sometimes you can do things without even having to fight. If you need proof of that, you can look at King. Even though he is obviously the strongest hero out there. It's the same for reality as well. People get hooked on the idea of strength and don't actually know how to apply it to anything. Are we going to learn part of the organisation what's sending the monsters around? Ah. Metal Knight took sustainable damage. Hero Association, Monster Association, of course. In that splash screen at the end, it was definitely Pig God. And as someone that we've all only really seen, like, cursory glances of, I would like to see somewhat in action. Because I can guess... Well, if it's as obvious as his ability is something to do with eating, that's going to be a bit messy. And to be fair, you didn't take down Metal Knight. You took down one of his suits. And they're all remote controlled anyway, and he probably has quite a few, so... The fun thing is, this... Shiryu? Martial artist with stars on his outfit. The one who's talking to Snake about being strong. Once he comes up against Saitama, is that attitude of his going to get... Is he going to get an attitude adjustment? Or is he going to lose all motivation and just stay inside for the rest of his life? He said he wanted a cozy life, so... I feel that there's a lot of sections in this series of One Punch Man where we only really see the aftermath of events and not actually the event itself. I mean, with Saitama, sure, that's fine, because we know what happens. Rah, I'm a monster. Splat. But for the other heroes and whatnot, I want to see them trying, I want to see them struggling, not just, oh, by the way, a few scenes later, we have a report coming in that, I don't know, flatback table man was unconscious. And it definitely was nice to see that even with the disparity of between power levels, Tatsumaki is still the loving older sister. But with that comes an issue. It's like, oh, I didn't think this was attacking them. I'm kind of wondering if that will ever be brought up at all, or if it has already. When you've got really powerful beings and heroes that are often pitted against other things that are quite strong, when they're having to come up against stuff that isn't anything, are they able to control their own strength and tone it down a little? I think the last thing I will say on this is that I appreciate the callback to the mosquito and Genos's trouble with insects. I think I say this nearly every time, but I'm looking forward to seeing more of Saitama's bouts in his martial art contest, because so far it's just... punch. What else do you really expect from Saitama, though? Come on. And with that, hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. Leaving a like on the video, commenting down below, or subscribing to my channel if you want to see more. It's a great way to show your support. But honestly, you lot keep this channel alive and kicking, so... keep up your hard work, I will too. But you gotta get some rest. So I'll see you in the next one.